Happy to see you all again. So today I'd be happy to hear from you. I've done a lot of talking in the last few satsangs, both here and online, here in Tiruvannamalai. So now it's time to give you all an opportunity to check in, tell me about your sadhana. And hopefully we can answer any questions that you might have or clarify any doubts that you might have about your nature as being consciousness and bliss, the very heart of awareness. More and more I'm hearing from you all, from some of you, that as things quiet down for you, or you pay less attention to the usual chatter in your minds, that you're becoming more and more aware of the background of silence, of the natural quiet that surrounds you and is in your heart. And the subtle phenomenon which accompany that, when we step away from experience, when we begin to embrace the notion, I am not the body, not the mind, and not the world, the phenomenon become more subtle. The objects that flow through awareness become more subtle. So we can experience sometimes our feelings, our emotions in an even more deep way than we've felt them before. For some of this is good, because we've been blocking them for a long time. For others, it's quite frightening. So I've been having a lot of conversations lately about just keeping quiet, even as these more subtle thoughts, feelings, emotions, and internal experiences begin to bubble up into the space that you are creating or experiencing maybe for the first time as you enter more deeply into silence. And so I'll just say tonight that if you're having this kind of an experience, where the quieter you get, the more subtle the experiences become, but still they are challenging, then I want to encourage you just to keep settling Just keep watching. Let what comes come, and let what goes go. You cannot experience your own silence if you are chasing your thoughts and emotions all around. Thoughts and emotions are not a problem. Attachment to them is. Identity built on them is. So we're not trying to deny these subtle phenomena. We're not trying to deny our feelings. We're simply moving them to the periphery. We're not highlighting them in the ways in which we always have. We're just letting them flow through. Even if we're only doing this for the period of time that we're sitting quietly in our room, we may still become entangled when we're out in the world having experiences and we're going to work or we're doing whatever it is we do. We might still become entangled in the experiences as they arise. This also isn't a problem, because the question who is always there for us. Who is having this experience? Who is thinking this thought? Who is upset by this emotion? Who is disturbed by this feeling? But now, many of you know that you have this tool. You are equipped, no matter what rises, to notice, I am aware. In this moment, I am here now. And in this moment, I am free. Continuing in this way, this becomes your habit. This knowing that you are already free is your constant companion, regardless of what is flowing through body, mind, or world. This is our essential practice. And of course, I call it a practice because it's only a practice as long as we are using it. To pull ourselves away from this identification in body, mind, and world. It actually is your nature, this freedom, this knowing of the truth is your nature. And the more you open to this, and the more you turn toward this source of being, the less you need to do of practicing. You are simply being. Here, now, in every moment. You know you are here now because you know your heart is open. You feel a certain peace, a certain serenity, a certain recognition of your own inner knowing. If you're not having that experience now or at another time, just know that you're in your mind. You are identified with your emotions. You are identified with the not self. If you're in a particularly difficult storm in the mind, a mind storm, the mind is not going to want to hear this. This is a sign that you are identified with the content of the mind. Increase your resolve and your dedication to understanding who am I. Okay. Who would like to start?
Hello.
Hello, Alberto.
I'm very happy to stay here with you, with all of you, brothers and sisters, from my heart, from my very, very heart. So I have a question for you. When I make my sadhana, for example, the space of silence that we had before, first of all, I try to concentrate in my breathing, inhale, exhale for quiet my mind. And after that, I try to concentrate in the space where the breathing appears, in the space where everything appears. So I try to be conscious of myself breathing. I don't know if you understand me. Do you understand me? Well,
yes.
But I still hear sounds around. I don't pay attention to the sounds around me, for example, in the other room, in the street, but I still hear the sounds. So sometimes I feel that I'm not doing well the sadhana because I'm hearing sounds around me. So I think that if I'm doing well the sadhana, I don't have to hear sounds. I have to stay like I isolate of everything. And I don't know if I'm doing well my sadhana.
So, is that it? Are you finished?
Yes, thank
you. Okay. So, this beginning by following the breath is very good. But a moment ago, I said, as the mind becomes more quiet, the phenomenon or the objects that come into awareness become more subtle. But before they do that, the senses can also become more acute, more strong. This is why, as soon as you use the breath to quiet the mind, you start to notice all the objects that come through the senses. But noticing the sound of a car, the sound of a person in another room, the sound of a dog barking is not the same as reacting to it. What you're describing is that you're having a reaction. Something is coming from, you're suddenly much more aware of what's going on around you. Sight, sounds, taste, touch, smell. These are all the senses, and they become heightened as you watch the breath. But the reason I say you're becoming distracted by them is because you are having a reaction to them. If there is no reaction to them, when there is no reaction to them, the sounds, the sights, and so on, they are just coming and going. So a sound is there, it's there for a period of time, it goes. It may even repeat itself, but each time it comes new, stays for a period of time, it goes. Your task is not to narrow your focus or your concentration so that you block everything out. That is one form of meditation, which is often recommended in various schools of meditation, but it won't work in terms of giving you the peace that you're seeking. The reason is you will always have to struggle to block out what is naturally here in the space of awareness. And as long as you try to block it out, means you are identifying with it, then there will be a reaction to it. Oh, I must get rid of this. So in inquiry, the focus is not on blocking out what is naturally already here. It is actually on, in a way, you can say, falling through it. In the way that you have been trying to practice, you are trying to narrow your focus, trying to increase your concentration. This is actually quite a violent way of dealing with the natural world and the phenomenal world in which we live, in the body, mind, and world. This is why I say it won't work. This is like trying to do this to the mind, which is wanting rest and peace, is like trying to get a puppy to calm down by hitting it. The puppy won't calm down, it will get more disturbed, and eventually it will become an angry adult dog. And the mind does the same thing. The more that you try to confine it, try to constrict it, try to concentrate your way out of what's happening in your natural environment, the more the mind will rebel. And when this happens, the mind will convince you that you are a failure at your very own sadhana. So this is the way of it. It's not practical. It really doesn't work in my experience.
Yeah.
So what does work? Once you find that the mind has settled through this noticing the breath, first of all, don't concentrate too much on the breath. You don't need to breathe. You are breathed, right? most of the time you're not concentrating on your breath. You don't need to do that, right? Because life is breathing you. So first of all, let your breath be natural. You can come to the breath and say, oh, yes, this is the breath, I'm breathing. But then after that, let your breath become natural. Let it just be what it is. Let yourself be breathed, okay? And be aware that you are being breathed, not that you are breathing. You are not breathing. Life is breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So right away, drop you out of the equation and just notice that breathing is happening. Life is breathing you. Okay? As you do this, you will begin to notice there is a sound, there is a sensation in the body, there is a smell. If your eyes are open, you may notice the light coming and going. If your eyes are closed, you may start to notice visual perception, which is behind the eyes. At this moment, rather than trying to concentrate and get everything to go away, open your heart so that the sounds are liberated by your attention. They are set free. They come into attention, into awareness, and they are allowed to go. How do we allow them to come and to go? By not identifying with them. Okay?
Okay.
The way you know that you are not identifying with them is your reactivity goes way down. Now you are here, now in this awareness, as awareness, and everything is coming and going. And as you allow what comes to come and what goes to go, each time you do that without grabbing at it, pushing it away, clinging to it, pleasant, unpleasant, making no judgment, just letting things come and go gently and easily with an open heart in the open space of your own awareness. Each time an object comes, stays for a while and then goes, the attention naturally sinks more deeply into the natural state of awareness. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So not for the concentration, so more relaxed than for the concentration. It's better to relax your concentration that try to focus in one point.
Yes, concentration is only necessary when you first come to your moment of silence and you have some things going on in your mind. You are just coming in from outside, so you have experiences, you've just had a conversation with someone, and now you are coming, right? Or, well, that's good. So that's what's happening. You come to your chair, to your cushion, to your moment where you say, now I'm going to sit for 20 minutes or a half an hour, 2 hours or 2 days, and you simply want to sit. So you use the concentration of noticing your breath in the beginning for only one reason, to bring the attention here, now. As soon as you realize, I am here, right? I am aware. Now there's nothing else to concentrate on. You're already here. Everything else is artificial. You are making it up. Once you get here, you are in reality itself. So now relax. If you get lost again and you feel you need to come back to something, the body is a good anchor. So you can look at another, okay, I'll take another breath. Now I am back, I am here, I am aware. But then relax. Open. Keep the heart open. You cannot keep the heart open while restricting the mind. You simply can't. Concentration is restriction of mind. It works to a certain degree, for a certain period of time, and it's taught in all of the major schools of meditation, because without sufficient concentration, you can't even remember to take the next breath. But you're not describing your mind to be that scattered. You're saying, I come to my cushion, I take the next breath, and I'm aware of it, right? And then you're saying, what do I do after that? Well, if you already know, come here, be here now, take this breath, I am here, I am aware, that which is aware is here now, now relax. Yeah, very good, try it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Atmananda.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, much better, thank you.
Yes,
And
the fan was.
you don't need to hold the microphone so close to your mouth now.
Yes, can you hear me now clearly?
Perfectly, thank you.
Yes, sorry about that. The fan is right on top of me, and
No problem. So you said you have two things. One was,
that this understanding more and more that I'm not the doer. Whatever
yes,
is happening, and the moment it passes, and even if the reflection comes that, oh, but just that, no, I'm not the doer, and it can go away, it can just pass. And it's really kind of creating a lot of space, because what has passed, doesn't have any hold. And then another is that I'm realizing or experiencing, maybe it's the same or aspect of the same coin, that I'm realizing that I'm not the body, or my center is not the body, it's just the space, and not just the body is in me.
yes, very good.
And yeah, I am just a space, and everything is happening in this space, this awareness.
Yes, very good.
So, like this.
Yes, just keep resting in this. Don't overanalyze it. Just keep resting as this recognition. Because this, what you are calling space and awareness, we have to use these, or we don't have to, but we do use these concepts. But this is what I was referring to when I say that by coming into this recognition of space and recognition of not the body and so on, we are able to actually see and experience directly these more subtle phenomenon. And so we can talk about these, we can talk about our experience, and we can say, I realize I am not the body, I realize I'm space, all these things that you're saying. This is the truth of the experience of inquiry, is that these things begin to come very clear. When you have this recognition throughout your day, are these direct intuitive experiences, or are they still being experienced as concepts like space, or
It's direct experiences, like just clearly experienced now.
Yes, very good, very good. So now you have less and less to do. You have less and less for the doer to do. So let the doer dissolve completely. Very good. Yes. Don't fight or argue or struggle or resist or push against or grab at anything. You are here. That which is aware is here now. Beautiful.
Can you see me?
Yes. Could
Because
not for a minute.
Yeah, because there's no light. I put the video down, and so there was no light. All of a sudden, the light disconnected. So now I have put the phone's connection and the light from my phone coming. So
Very good.
I think I have finished my part, what I wanted to share.
Hariom. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you.
So sometimes when we hear these conversations, one person's experience is like this and another person's experience is like that. We tend to listen in a way that says, this is the experience I'm having, and that's not the experience I'm having. And sometimes the experience I'm having is identified with someone who's describing a particular difficulty that they're having. And sometimes we're identified with an experience like Atmananda is having of space and openness and open-heartedness. But often the mind is going, well, I'm not having that experience that he's having, so what am I doing wrong? What am I not understanding? So I just want to make this comment to you if you have this kind of mind which likes to compare what's going on in your experience with what you hear is going on in other people's experience, or what you think other people are experiencing, or what other people tell you they are experiencing. Right where you are is absolutely perfect for you in this moment. Life itself doesn't offer you mistakes. Life offers you the opportunity to open, to grow, to learn about yourself through what appears in front of you. If you look at the world, your experiences, your mind, as though it's a mirror, and you ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? And you put down that self-judgmental, critical conditioning in the mind, which wants to judge you. You can learn from everything that is here. whether you are having the experience of space or no space, of serenity or no serenity. You are here this evening or this day in this satsang because grace is already operating in your life. Somehow, you have come here. Anything which has happened, any thought, any conditioning which you have had or you have, has been part of what has brought you here. So it's time for you to truly come to understand that there are no mistakes. Whatever experiences, thoughts, conditionings you have had in the past have all been necessary in order for you to be here, in order for you to be hearing this message, in order for you to have the opportunity to understand your free and awakened nature in this life. There have been no mistakes. There is nothing about your life which is a mistake. You are life itself, a single point of a great manifest light. And you are that even when you can't feel it or see it. There are no mistakes. This can help you, this understanding can help you to open to whatever experience you are having in body, mind, or world. Can help you to remember to ask the question, who am I? And what is this experience that is here in this life at this moment? Here to show me, here to teach me. What can I learn from this? How can I use this to realize my already inherent freedom? You see, freedom is free of everything. It's free of the conditions in which you find yourself now. But only if you have a presence of mind in this moment to ask, how can I use this? The very conditioning which in the past or even up to this moment has caused you to suffer over your suffering, body, mind, or world. This very same conditioning which before now has brought you into this moment of presence, even if you are suffering in this moment of presence, this conditioning can be made your ally. How can I use this? Don't be afraid to look away from your suffering and look deeply into the heart of being, asking yourself, who or what is aware here, now, in this conditioning, in this suffering, in this challenging moment, Don't be afraid to challenge the challenges. Life of the body, mind, and world is always going to present us with circumstances and conditions that will challenge our freedom. So how can you use this? As I was explaining to Alberto, you cannot concentrate your way out of it. The challenges are here. All you can do is open the heart, open the mind. The result of the practice of inquiry, which opens the heart and opens the mind, is that you begin to find, as Atmananda has, that you are walking always in space. Something is still here, but now it is walking in space. All around, in every direction, is open awareness and spaciousness. So if you're not there yet, just keep going. Listen to the testimony of others. Listen to the instruction. Just keep going. Be persistent and be consistent in reminding yourself, I am being, consciousness, and bliss. That which is aware, that I am.
Namaste, Father.
Namaste.
Thank you, Father. Thank you for this opportunity and having this time and feeling very grateful and blessed for this opportunity. So thank you so much. And this is my first time I ever raised my hand in a satsang, because all this time I'm trying to, all the questions comes, but sometimes it dissolves with with other answers like that. But
Yes.
this time, this time, past few days, I am feeling to ask this question or to share myself, or I feel like I need to express and to come in front to question this. So this is. This maybe feel like a personal or the question which is related to truth, but I feel this 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 only the situation is restricting me, so I feel to put this forward. I just need a clarity. Is it really which I'm going a different direction which is away from it, or I just wanted to understand. So my question is, Father, my situation, my present situation, I was held up with a few things, which is giving me I'm not able to understand it is a distraction or this is my opportunity to move forward in this way. Yes, I'm adopted a few of seven dogs, like stray dogs, which I adopted, and I was raising them here. And
Yes.
because I'm not a cat or dog person. Past 1.5 years, we had a pet in home before, but I'm not that very much I do attached, but I am not kind of a person. But in a recent past, which is few of the experiences which is I came through, which I faced, so it changed. Completely changed me. So now it is like which is it's all came. I don't know whether it is my purpose or my heart which is been went in the direction, or I don't know how it is. So there are few puppies like it is as a strays.
Yes. This can happen so easily into your room. Yes.
So it is like I took responsibility for them. Now they are from like they are with me, and I'm just like I'm very happy for them. They are got a home and shelter, which is like how they are being happy. I'm very happy for them. Also, I'm feeling like I got many. It also changed me in many ways, because to know the love and compassion, to know the bonding, to know the attachment. It's like in many ways it gave me a so it's kind of a satsang, which is every experience. I saw a lot of death, which is it's not only this 10 dogs, because where I was before, which is I came through, it's like every dog which you become friends, no, same like which is like which keep on happening. And and at point of time I feel I wanted to go more and more deeply into my sadhana, which is I just wanted to be in silence, which is do like it is how it is happens, like with a just to whatever the practical and material situation. I just came to a position which I will be like be in a silence and do not whatever it is being coming through like that. I don't wanted to go and get into more engage in any ways it is. I was little bit practically I was away from my family, and practically I'm not able to do whatever I was doing before. Like I'm not anymore with my family, which is I'm not feeling. I also feeling like I have to meet my daughters like that. But this is coming and keep on coming, and I am like keep on happening, and sometimes it's emotionally it is very much distracting, and sometimes it's in practical ways also it is very much distracting. And beyond that, and it is keep on going in a way, it is like it is the mind is like putting me in a way like, oh, this is all helpless creatures around, we have to do something. So same way, which is like it's not I'm not witness this pain and love and whatever this world how it is a coexistence. I'm not witnessed this before, and I didn't come to know this. But now I'm facing this, and I wanted to know whether I'm like I don't know how it is like. So this is my question for, am I really like, is it way apart from my sadhana? Because if I'm not if I'm not belong here, and whatever it is happening, if I'm in that center, so I don't have to focus or worry about anything. Everything will be taken care by grace. And why I'm connected in between and how it is been now. So it is really a big doubt and question. I'm not complaining, and I'm not having any like I don't want them to be like hurt them, like this is they are the distraction, they are my problem. It's not like that. So it doesn't like that.
No,
So
I understand your question. Your question is can this be my sadhana, or is it interfering with my sadhana?
yes,
Is this
sir.
true?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the first question I have for you is, whose sadhana is this?
Sorry for that.
Whose sadhana is this?
Yes.
Is this sadhana mine?
Hmm.
Or does this sadhana belong to life itself? You see, if the sadhana is mine, then I want it to be a certain way. I want it to look like something in particular. I want it to have a certain form. But if the sadhana is life itself, then we have the possibility of using whatever is here as our sadhana. And now you say, in this case, for you, it's puppies and dogs. So it seems as though it would be possible to live a quiet life, to live in the center of this knowing, I am that which is aware. That which is aware is here now. And that puppies and dogs don't interfere with this knowledge. Is this true?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. Yes, Father. Yes, Father.
Yes.
So they are not. Yeah, they are just only with my as a person, what I am. They are just they are not coming in between. Yes.
No, and the question you're asking maybe needs to be, show me how to use this as my sadhana. So that each day you are asking yourself, because with puppies and dogs, you are there, you are serving. So seva is there, you are offering love, companionship, hope. All of these things you are serving them selflessly. So this may be the way in which you can realize the true nature of your own being, because they simply love you as they are, as you are, as they are. So I think I would just want to say, just live. Don't look for problems. If you feel joy in your heart, you are there serving this in this way, or serving life in this way. Then don't disturb the joy in your heart. You have no idea why it's here or where it's going.
Yes, Father. Yeah.
So this is the question: whose sadhana is it anyway? Life is asking you to serve itself in a certain way. If you are in fact the servant of God, then you serve those who come to you in whatever their form.
Yes.
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 You see, the thing that's true about the heart and the heart of being, and about love itself, is that love just wants to love. But we don't always know who or what this heart wants to love. Sometimes it has to show us. So I had my own dog experience this week. So my homeowners here, that the people I rent from, they started opening the gate on the property because they had this one dog that they had made friends with while they were building this house. And so they were living somewhere else and they had made friends with this dog. And they came to really love this dog. But this dog belonged to someone else and lives a few streets away. But it wasn't very long before this dog followed them or found their scent and realized that they were living here in this house where they are now. And so now each morning, this dog comes, and it was coming and starting to sit out in front of the gate. So Maitri decided she was just going to open the gate in the morning. When she went out to turn off the yard light, she was just going to open the gate so the dog could come in and get in the shade. And she would put out a bowl of milk. Well, the thing about doing that in India is if you just leave the gate open, pretty soon, everybody wants to come in. So last week I had to go and chase 3 cows out of the garden because they were eating all of her newly planted bushes. And but you know, you can't really chase cows in India. All you can do is sort of say, Babaji, please go, please go, please go. You can't, you know, cows are sacred. You cannot. They go where they want. They do what they want. So they went out. But then I think it was maybe the day before yesterday, was about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And suddenly this dog did just exactly what his dogs just did, just exploded in all this noise. And I realized, oh, this dog must not have gone home. It's still here, but now it's outside my bedroom. So it's not over at their house anymore. Now it's over here at my house. And it's right outside my bedroom. And it's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's just barking like crazy. And I thought, oh no, this will never work. I can't do this. I don't want to have this dog here. And I thought, oh, I have to go over there and I have, you know, at some point, not right then at that time, but I told myself, oh, when I see Maitri next, I'm going to tell her she has to keep this dog over there. Knowing, of course, that's never going to work, but you know how the mind is. So then about 3 or 4 hours later, I was here having breakfast and I hear the same thing outside my bathroom window. So I said, okay, well, I'll go out there and I'll chase the dog back over to their house. So I went out and I looked down and it was a different dog. So it wasn't their dog at all. So now I know that because they leave the gate open, I now have a dog. Somehow this dog is coming in the same time, in the same way, and now is sleeping outside my bedroom next to my bathroom where my washing machine is because it's cool there underneath the stairs that go up to the rooftop balcony. So we don't know who we are to serve next. I saw it was a different dog, and it's an older dog. So now it's coming every day. So now I'm putting water out every day because it's very hot and I don't want it to die of thirst out there. So we are making peace with the situation now. So this is how it has to be in life, doesn't it? First we can say no, and then we can say, as he has, okay, how can I use this? You know, this has to be, whatever is here has to be part of our awakening. It has to be part of, we have to bring everything into our hearts. We have to allow life to manifest in the way that it wants to. And wherever we think we cannot love, we need to. Not because it's the moral high ground, but because it's how we will grow as we open our hearts more to people and situations and animals and so on all around us. So that's my dog story for this week. I'm just hoping no more dogs are moving in. All right. May you be well, and may you be happy. May you be peaceful. Know yourself to be that which is aware in every movement, in every moment, in every experience. Hari Om Tat Sat.